I'm wondering why people know where the obvious is, and yet we don't want to go there to confirm. There's CAC there, Corporate Affairs Commission, where all registered companies have who owns them and to what tune everybody owns anything. Is there in CAC? I want somebody to say, okay, I've gone to CAC, this is what I saw in CAC. And then we'll come and then we'll talk about it. This same question has been asked over 30 or 40 times in the last 10 or 15 years. The last governor did so much explanation on it. I came in, I did so much explanation on it. But it keeps popping up because people see it as a platform for mischief. And as long as we want to continue to take that path, we will never see anything good in what people are doing. And that is the problem we have as Africans and indeed as Nigerians. We must learn to appreciate what is good and criticize constructively. When you do constructive criticism, people can learn more. Each time everybody comes, they say, who wants Shonga Farms? Who wants Shonga Farms? When Shonga Farms came in, when those white men came, they came, as the way they came to Kwara, they also went to Nasarawa State. Senator Adamu, when he came, he came with the Senate President. He said, how are we able to keep these white men here? That one that came to Nasarawa had left. I said they will go because the state government was the one that funded them. So once the administration goes, they will go. We created a public-private partnership arrangement and we funded them under a debt equity structure. I created the financial vehicle that put them in place through financial ingenuity. That's why they're still there. Even when I go for the next 30 years, they'll still be there. Because of the financial vehicle we created. What the state government did was, we gave them land, provided infrastructure, gave them loans to build houses. Then we went to commercial banks. Don't forget, Central Bank had directed that every commercial bank must put some money aside for SME. I think 10% of the annual profit thereabout. I remember about 10% of the annual profit. So some of them had accrued this money, but they had not been investing them. And most people don't even know. It's only those of us that had worked in the financial industry that know that those funds were there. So we went to meet each of these banks and got them to invest their equity funds into Shonga Farms holding. And the funds were used to buy equipments. So the banks are now part owners in that business because the money they have invested is equity. That equity was now used to buy equipments. We now use the equipments that were bought as security to secure loan from the banks. That's what we call it, debt equity funding arrangement. So the equipment now secured the facility from the same banks that gave them equity. So whatever the state government puts there, but the farmers say, look, they are not comfortable with only them and the banks working. They don't know the banks. It is the state government that introduced them to the banks. They say if this business must survive, they want at least the state to hold something, to be part of it. Then the state said, no problem. The roads that I have done, the energy that I have done, capitalize it. Let it be my own share of that business, which ordinarily would have given to any business anyway. And that is how we've been able to set up Shonga Farms Holding as a holding company that is holding to 13 other companies there, broken down to 3 major consortiums: dairy, poultry, and mixed cropping. Today, it is a huge success story. Those who don't know about agriculture will tell you that we don't know what's happening in Shonga. We don't know. But those who followed us there will see that it's a success story. You have one of the best hatcheries in sub-Saharan Africa there today. Sub-Saharan Africa, mark my choice of words. And you have just very few farms like that that have a complete value chain. Starting from the parent stock, to the hatchery, to the day old, to the broilers, and then to the dressed chicken. It's a complete value chain. And what does that tell you? It tells you that it is a de-risk business. Potential funding agencies can put their money there. It was after we did that companies came from South Africa and injected about $40 million. Where did that hatchery you saw? Where did it come from? Investors have come to put money there. They put about $40 million. If it's not viable, why would they put money there? Go there and see for yourself. I feel very proud to be part of that success story. Those who don't know about agriculture, those who don't know about value chain, you see, those who are used to seeing subsistence farming, they expect to see, each time you talk about Shonga Farms, they want to be seeing grains on the road, they want to be seeing this. You see, agriculture is beyond that. That's why we are still importing food. That's why we have 200 million Nigerians who cannot grow what they want to eat. If you go to America, less than 10% are people feeding the whole of America. But here, 70% are farmers, and here we are still importing food. So what does that tell you? One word: efficiency. There's no efficiency. And efficiency can only happen when you take the bull by the horns, recognize the chain, de-risk it, fund it, and you see the business growing. That is what we have done to Shonga Farms. As a pilot for other Nigerians to see how a true value chain can be put in place to drive agri-business.